Hello. It is Storm Chase Eve. It's March 30th, 2023, and we have our first setup chaseable out of the Twin Cities. Doesn't look like it from the background behind me with all the snow and a winter cap, but here we go, and I'm inviting you to ride along tomorrow as we hope to catch a tornado in southern Minnesota or northern Iowa, somewhere along the border. All right, I'm just gonna stop myself right there. So it's Sunday evening, 2 days after the big event in Iowa and Arkansas. I did go to Iowa, but I stayed up north. I did not get down to the tornado area. And to be honest, I didn't see anything. It was a pretty disappointing storm chase, but it was a calculated risk. But what I did see was some extreme weather changes for a single 12-hour period in Minnesota and Iowa. Check it out. Watch the video. We see some drastic temperature changes from the 30s to the 70s, and then right back the other way on the way home from the 70s down to the 30s into a blizzard. There's some time-lapse photography along the way, as well as some storm damage at my parents' house that I went to help clean up on Saturday afternoon. Unfortunately, there's no tornadoes, there's no epic structure of storms, but there's extreme weather. I encourage you to check it out. Give it a like and get to subscribe, because there'll be more storms yet this year. Alright, it's about 10:30, getting the truck loaded up, so let's go through a quick gear check here. Alright, so it's Minnesota. I'm in a winter storm warning that I'll be driving through snow on the way home. I got boots, got winter jacket, got my hat on my head, I got gloves. There's another pair of boots, smaller pair of boots underneath the big heavy jacket. I got a fleece. As far as gear, I got the drone in this bag. I got 4 batteries charged up. I'm a Nikon shooter. I got my Nikon D750 here with a 24-70 on it. And I got my D610 body here. I got 3 lenses with, actually. I got a 20mm prime. I got a Sigma 14mm prime here. And then for a little more reach, I got my Nikon 70-200 2.8. So that pretty much covers me for my lenses and camera gear here. Of course, you need a rag to dry off your lenses. I think I'm up to 4 tripods now to bring with as I try to vlog a little bit more here. We'll keep this camera loose in the front. Got the GoPro ready to go there, plugged in, extra batteries, all my different accessories over there. And I try to throw a towel on the dashboard to knock down reflections on the GoPro. So there we go. I am pretty much loaded up. Next stop is the gas station. Man, the tire I thought was low was only 4 pounds under. My other tire was like 14 pounds under. That was kind of a mess. Little gas and we're on the road. We are Iowa or bust at this point. It's Buck Hill Ski area here. Looks like she shut down for the winter. Alright, it's just afternoon and the National Weather Service has issued a PDS tornado watch, which is a particularly dangerous situation watch. You don't only see these a handful of times throughout the year. Extends all the way up through Iowa to the Minnesota border. I am heading just over the border, somewhere between Mason City and Des Moines. So I will be in that Watts box as the afternoon progresses here. Alright, we just crossed the border into Iowa. We're about 30 miles from Mason City, which will be on the south side of the front. Still in a pea soup fog here, so I am really curious to see what it's going to look like as we merge through the front. I'm going to add, as we crossed into Iowa here, just went by Diamond Joe Casino, temperatures up to 47, so we've gained 10 degrees from the Twin Cities, and we'll see another almost 20-degree jump here in the next 30 minutes. Alright, we've gained 2 degrees in about 2 miles, so we'll see how quickly this keeps going up as we are driving for the warm sector. Okay, I've mentioned temperature a couple times. It was 37 when I left home. It was 47. A couple miles later, it was 49. One of the key factors of this chase is getting into the warm sector, where temperatures would be up over 70 degrees. As you can see on the model map that I put up on the screen, that warm sector was somewhere south of the Minnesota border, and that's where I was heading. And it was quite fascinating as I drove from fog and pea soup near 50 to over 70 degrees. Here's that video sped up. I might just be a weather nerd, but this is one of the cooler things I've seen driving into that warm sector. And as soon as you get into it, you can see the instability with the towers trying to go up. Iowa. All right, it's 3 o'clock. Just drove through Hampton, Iowa, 74 degrees. Been watching storms and towers, I shouldn't say storms, but towers try to go up, and they just haven't had any steam where we were sitting along 35, so we moved a little east. Looks like the dominant cell is moving out of Des Moines, which is 90 miles south of us. Actually got Soda Storm Chaser in front of me here when I say us, so we're kind of chasing together. Here's a look at the radar. I'm the blue dot up towards the top of the screen, kind of in that glare there. So it's gonna get a little messy here with the rain, it looks like. Not real discrete, organized cells. So that's kind of where we're at, sniffing around a storm here. Driving around, watching radar, found this cool old house here. What's up, Soda Storm Chaser?
Out here south of Hampton, storm's firing all around us. Waiting for the right one, maturing. Can see a base just on the horizon down there that's going to be coming towards us. Got a big hail core on it, so we'll let the storms choose, figure out which one is going to be the one to target. At least 5 of them around, so.
I just follow Soda around. He knows what he's doing. I get lucky. down the east side of the storm, which is right over there. A couple pretty good hail cores on it. We had a couple options, either shoot west and be on the other side of 35, or shoot straight south. And the storm itself is moving mostly south to north, maybe with a little eastern trajectory in there, but for the most part south to north. So we can just kind of skirt the edge of it here, stay out of the hail core. We should be able to get a pretty good look at the base once we get a little further south here. Not much to see. That's our big cell, severe warned, just to our west. I think we're gonna let it kind of come up to us in like 5 or 10 minutes west of us, and then we'll shoot west, get it behind it, and probably just follow it up 35. Alden, Iowa. There's that southern cell over there. Pretty strung out, doesn't look very impressive.
You got how much? 42?
Westerlies blowing across 35 are crazy right now. See the rain blowing off this tanker truck in front of me. Driving into a severe thunderstorm warned area. My goals today was to get into a tornado warning. By the time I got home, be in a winter storm warning, which has now been upgraded to a blizzard warning for Minneapolis. I don't think we're gonna get into the tornado warning today, but check off severe thunderstorm warning and blizzard warning in the same day. I'll take that. So literally the line that we were chasing earlier that looked very unimpressive and was kind of falling apart is now completely tornado warned. I don't think I want to or can go catch up to that. Plus it's turning around and going back south for something that's racing northeast. Jumping off an exit here to at least give myself a chance to think about it.
Man, once I saw those red polygons hit the screen, I was like a moth to light. I knew better not to go chase after those 30 miles to my east moving away from me. But it was the first chase of the year. What else was I gonna do? Sit on the couch? Off I went, hoping to snag that miraculous noodle. It wasn't to be, of course.
Alright, today was more or less a bust for storms. It was good to be out, but really didn't do any photography, so we're limping home. We finally made it across the border back into Minnesota. And I don't know what these low clouds are called, but they're really cooking, kind of against a upcoming sunset. So I decided to stop and shoot a time lapse to kind of capture that motion as they're going through that farm right there. So I got the 70 to 200 on, shooting about 105 millimeters. F10, about 1/50th of a second. I'm taking a shot every 2 seconds, so with that longer lens it kind of lets it settle down after each frame for a little crisper shot. So if I hold this here for a second, I think you can kind of see those clouds moving. They're cooking pretty good. There's nothing severe here. It's cold, it's 45 degrees. Nothing really weather related, just kind of a cool motion of the clouds against a little bit of a foreground composition. think we're gonna get clouded out for sunset. But I figured if I'm out, it's kind of unique. Figured I'd stop and take a quick time lapse of it. So we'll keep clicking away here. A lot of drainage, the ground is still frozen here, so a lot of the water just runs off the fields into these ditches. There's a ditch on both sides here. Not a lot of room for air if you're swinging around your truck. You gotta make sure you keep your all four wheels on the top. Man, was my night just made. Little down on my dauber, driving home in the rain. Still got 2 hours. Come full circle, 40 degrees. Kind of needed something sweet to cheer me up. Didn't think I had anything, didn't want to stop. And then I remembered I bought these at the gas station. 3 gigantic fresh chocolate chip cookies. Those should do just fine to get me home. The drive home continues. Got about 45 minutes left. Just going through Cannon Falls, Minnesota right now. Next thing we're looking at is our winter storm warning kicking in at 10 o'clock and a blizzard warning kicking in at 11 o'clock for the Twin Cities. The temperature right now in the truck is 35 degrees and I'm definitely starting to see snowflakes mixing with the rain here and seeing bigger splats on the windshield. So this rain will be snow within the hour, I would imagine. Now to the full snowstorm phase of today. 32 degrees and we have completely transitioned to snow. I can feel the roads getting a little slicker. Threw it into four-wheel drive. Just a little extra security driving here. Got about a half hour to get home. All freeway driving, so it should be better than getting on the back roads, but pretty much a full transition to snow at this point. Alright, the drive continues. Everyone's starting to slow down now. Just saw one of the MnDOT signs saying the blizzard warning starts at 9 p.m. here. It's 8:08, so we're within an hour of a blizzard. It is getting tougher to see as you drive. We're down to 40 miles an hour here on 52. We got a semi with their hazards on driving up the way. Roads are deteriorating quickly. Probably gonna get down to one lane here pretty soon. A lot of brake lights.
So I was really astonished how quickly the roads deteriorated once it started snowing. These last 3 clips were a span of about 15 minutes, and shortly after this, I was white-knuckling, wanting to be home quickly. Cars were in the ditch, and snow was sticking to the windshield wipers, and it was the foreshadowing to the concrete snow that fell overnight. Well, if you made it this far, thanks so much for watching. What a wild 24 hours in the upper Midwest between Minnesota and Iowa. From severe thunderstorms and tornado warnings to winter storm warnings and blizzards. Thanks for watching. If you like this, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, see ya.